Hello students, let's do mensuration exercise 23B. So let's go through a few formulae before we start the remaining questions here. Now here, if you want to find the area of a circle, the formula is pi r square, where r is the radius. If you have to find the circumference of the circle, 2 pi r, again r is the radius. If you have to find the radius of a circle, then you can say diameter divided by 2. And if you have to find the diameter of the circle, it is 2 into r, which is radius. 2 into radius. So now let's begin the exercise. Exercise 23B is on page number 257 and we are with question 28. Now, all the other questions from 1 to 27 are there in the other videos, and the playlist of that is posted in this video also. Right, now we are with question 28. The circumference of a circle exceeds its diameter by 18 centimeters. Find the radius of the circle. So we're going to be doing a lot about circles in the remaining questions. So you have to know the parts of the circle. The circumference is this outer border. The outer border is the circumference. What is the diameter? Diameter is this line in the middle which passes through the midpoint and touches the two ends of the circumference. This is the diameter. Now we have been asked to find the radius, and the radius is half of the diameter. So from the point in the middle to this end, or the point in the middle to this end, that is the radius. So from the center of the circle to any part on the circumference, you have the radius. So these are the parts of the circle. So what's given to us? It's only told that the circumference is greater than the diameter by 18 centimeters. So we don't know what the diameter is. So let's say the diameter, let it be d. So that in that case, circumference will be d plus 18, because it says circumference of a circle exceeds its diameter by 18 centimeters. So circumference is d plus 18. Now to find d, to find the diameter, let's make use of the formula of circumference. And what is the formula? The formula is 2 pi r. Now r is radius. So here we have r and here we have d. Okay, diameter. So let's change this also to diameter. We know diameter is 2 into radius. That means if I multiply 2 into r, I get the diameter. So instead of writing 2 into r, I can just write d, diameter. So pi will remain the same, and instead of 2 into r, I can write d. Now why am I doing this? I'm doing this because here I have d. I need to get d again instead of getting another unknown term, r. Okay. Now circumference of the circle is the same. That means this and this are equal. So let's do that. That means this becomes an equation now. Pi into d, that is into diameter, is equal to d plus 18. Now how much is pi? Pi is 22 by 7, isn't it? Or 3.14. Now this is 22 by 7. Let's use this. Into diameter is equal to diameter plus 18. So let's leave 22 into d here and take 7 to the other side. So when we take 7 to the other side, it becomes multiplication, because here it is division. So 7 into, we are multiplying d plus 18. So this will be 22 into d is equal to 7 into d is 7d, and 7 into 18 is 126. Now here we have 22 into d, which is 22d. Let's bring the other d that we have on the other side, that is 7d. Let's bring it to this side. So here it is plus, so when it comes here it becomes minus. So 22d minus 7d is equal to 126. Now 22 minus 7 is 15. That means 15d is equal to 126. So how much is d alone? D will be equal to 126 divided by 15, because on the left hand side it is multiplication. When it goes to the other side it becomes division. Now when you divide here 126 by 15, you can cancel both by 3. Both are divisible by 3. So this becomes 3 4s are 12 and 3 2s are 6. and this is 3 5s are 15. So we have 42 divided by 5. When you divide 42 by 5, you get 8.4. 8.4. And this is the diameter. That means we have found the diameter, and diameter is 8.4 centimeters. Now we have found the diameter, we can find the radius by using the formula. What is the formula to find radius? Radius is diameter divided by 2. So diameter we have just found to be 8.4. So let's write it here. Diameter is 8.4 and divided by 2, you will find the radius. When you divide 8.4 by 2, you get 4.2. 4.2. So this is 8.4 divided by 2. So 4.2. So what have we found? We have found the radius, and that is 4.2 centimeters. So this is the answer. Radius is 4.2 centimeters. Question 29. The ratio between the radii of two circles, radii is the plural for radius, is 5:7. Now we have to find the ratio between their circumference and their areas. So the ratio between the radii is given to us. Now we have to find two more ratios between their circumference and their areas. So to find the circumference, first remember the formula to find the circumference is 2 pi r, 2 into pi into r. That means we need to know r, radius, isn't it? So let's begin by writing what's given to us. The ratio is given to us 5:7. Now let the radius of the first circle, remember we're talking about two circles, let the radius be 5x, the first number in the ratio, and let the radius of the second circle be 7x. So now we have the radius. Let's find the circumference of both the circles by using this formula. So the circumference of the first circle is 2 pi r. So that means this will be 2 into pi into r, and r is the radius, and the radius of the first circle is 5x. So 5x. Now let's multiply the numbers. Whatever numbers we have here, we have 2 into 5 is 10. And what is left? Then we have pi and we have x. So this is the circumference of the first circle, 10 pi x. Similarly, let's find the circumference of the second circle. The formula is the same, 2 pi r. So that is 2 into pi into the radius here is 7x. Now let's multiply the numbers. 2 into 7, that's 14. 14, what is left? Pi is there and x. So now we have the circumference of the first circle and the circumference of the second circle. Let's find the ratio. So ratio between their circumferences will be, the first circle's radius is 10 pi x. Second one is 14 pi x. So this is how we put it in the form of a ratio. Now we have to simplify it. Let's write it in the form of a fraction. 10 pi x by 14 pi x. Now let's cancel whatever we can. I can cancel x and x. I can cancel the pi. I can cancel 10 and 14 both by 2. So 2 5s are 10 and 2 7s are 14. So now what is left is simply 5 by 7. When I write this in the form of a ratio, it becomes 5:7. So what have I found? I have found the ratio between their circumferences, and the ratio is 5:7. Now the next thing is we have to find the ratio between their areas. So the radii is given. Now we have to find the ratio between their areas. Remember, we have said the radius of the first circle is 5x and the second circle is 7x. Now let's find the ratio between their. So now the area of the first circle, the formula is pi r square. So this will be pi into r is 5x, 5x square. So this will be pi into, now 5x square means 5x into 5x. So 5 5s are 25 and x into x is x square. So pi into 25x square. So this will be 25 pi x square. So this is the area of the first circle. Now let's find the area of the second circle in the same way, pi r square. So that is pi into x, this time is 7x The r is 7x square. So 7x into 7x. So this is 7 into 7 is 49 and x into x is x square. So this will be pi into 49x square. So we can write it as 49 pi x square. So now we have the area of the first circle and the area of the second circle. We can find their ratio. So ratio between the areas will be 25 pi x square is to 49 pi x square. So let's write this as a fraction. So 25 pi x square divided by 49 pi x square. Let's cancel what we can. I can cancel the x square and the x square. I can cancel pi and pi. Now 25 by 49. This cannot be reduced further. So this will simply be 25 by 49. And if I have to write it as a ratio, it becomes 25 is to 49. So now I have got the ratio, and this ratio is the ratio between their areas, which is 25 is to 49. Question 30. The ratio between the areas of two circles is given to us. So this is the ratio between the areas. Now we have to find the ratio between their radii, diameters and circumference. So this is only the ratio between the areas. So here we have to find the radii. That means the two radius. So let the radius of the first circle be R1 and the radius of the second circle be R2. So we have to find the ratio between these two radii. Now let's use the help of the areas of the two circles to find this. So the ratio between the areas of the two circles is 16 is to 9. And what is that ratio? Area of the first circle by the area of the second circle, isn't it? This is how we find the ratio. So this is 16, area of the first circle. Area of the second circle is 9. Now, what is the formula to find the area of any circle? The formula is pi r. Now, here pi r square, and here the first ratio radius is r1. So, we say pi r1 the whole square. This is divided by pi r2 the whole square. So, pi r square is the formula. So, pi r1 square and pi r2 square, and this is equal to 16 by 9. Okay. Now this is area of the first circle by the area of the second circle, which is equal to 16 by 9. So now here let's see what we can cancel. I can cancel the pi on both sides. So the pi is cancelled on both sides. So what is left is simply r1 square by r2 square. So let's write that. So what is left here is r1 the whole square by r2 the whole square. And this is equal to 16 by 9. So to find r1 by r2, we have to find the square root of 16 by 9. What is the square root of 16? That is, what is the number? When you multiply it twice, you get 16. It's 4, isn't it? Now, if you don't know that, you can find out the square root by the prime factor method. So let's do that also. 2 8s are 16. Then we have 2 4s are 8. Then we have 2 2s are 4. 2 1s are 2. So here 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Square root means you have to pair them up. So put them in pairs. Take out 1 from each pair. So that is 2 into, take one more 2 from here. 2 2s are 4. So the square root of 16 is 4. Now, what is the square root of 9? What is the number that you multiply twice? You get 9. It's simple. It's 3, isn't it? 3 into 3 is 9. So, 3 is the square root of 9. So, now that we have 4 by 3, we can put it in the form of a ratio. And the ratio will be 4 is to 3. So what have we found? We have found the ratio between their radii. That's the first question. And that ratio is 4 is to 3. This is our answer. Now we have to find the ratio between their diameters. So let's go to To find the ratio between the diameters, let's begin by saying that the diameter of the first circle be D1, diameter of the second circle be D2, and the formula for diameter is 2 into radius. This is the formula for diameter, and we already know the radius, the ratio between the radii we found out to be 4:3. So in this case, let R1 be 4x and let R2 be 3x. Okay, so now we can find the diameter of the first circle D1, 2 into radius, that is 2 into R1, which is 4x. So 2 into 4x is 8x. So we have found diameter 1. Similarly, let's find diameter 2, that is 2 into radius, which is 2 into 3x. This is 6x. So now we have diameter of the first circle 8x, diameter of the second circle 6x. Now we can find the ratio between the diameters. It will be D1 by D2. And that will be D1 we found out to be 8x and D2 is 6x. Let's cancel what we can here. Let's cancel x and x. Now 8 and 6 can be cancelled by 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6. So what do we have here? Here we have 4 by 3, which can be written as the ratio 4:3. So what have we found? We have found the ratio between the diameters to be 4:3. So this is our answer. The ratio between the diameters is 4:3. So now we have to find the ratio between the circumferences of the two circles. We know the ratio between their radii, that is 4:3, and we said let the first radius be 4x and let the second radius be 3x. Similarly, let the circumference of the first circle be C1 and the circumference of the second circle be C2. Now what is the formula to find the circumference of a circle? The formula is 2 pi r. That means the circumference of the first circle, that is C1, will be 2 pi r. That is 2 into pi into r. 2 into pi into the first radius r1, which is 4x. We say let it be 4x. Now let's multiply the numbers. 2 into 4 is 8 and we have pi and we have x. So this is the circumference of the first circle. Now, the circumference of the second circle C2 will also have the same formula, 2 into pi. This time r is 3x. So let's multiply the numbers here, 2 into 3, which is 6. So 6 into pi into x. Now to find the ratio between the circumferences of the two circles, C1 by C2. And C1 is 8 pi x and C2 is 6 pi x. Now let's cancel. I can cancel the x and the x, the pi and the pi. Now I can cancel 8 and 6 by 2. 2 4s are 8 and 2 3s are 6. So here what do we have? 4 by 3. When you write it as the ratio, you get 4:3. So the ratio between the circumferences is 4:3. So this is our final answer. Question 31. A circular racing track has inner circumference 528 and outer circumference 616 meters. Find the width of the track. So here we know the inner circumference, the boundary, and the outer circumference, that is the outer border or the boundary. Now we have been asked to find the width of the track. Which is the width of the track? It is this portion. Throughout, that is the portion. The width of the track is this, okay? This purple portion that you can see, that is the circular track, and this is the width of the track. Now, how do we find the width of the track? Now, if you take the outer radius, okay, you have the outer radius, that is from the center to the outside, and you take the inner radius, that is from here to this portion, and you minus the two, you get this portion, which is the width of the track. That means you need to know the outer radius and the inner radius, minus both, you will get the width of the track. Now, what have we been given? We've been given the circumference. From that, we have to find the radius and then subtract. So let's begin by saying the inner circumference is 528 meters. Now, what is the formula to find the inner circumference of a circle because we need to get the radius. So we have to use the formula for circumference. And the formula is 2 pi r. So we're going to use this formula to find. That means 2 pi r is equal to 528 meters. So to find to r alone, we're going to write this as an equation. This will become 2 into pi is 22 by 7 into r is equal to 528 meters. Now we're going to find only r. So that means on the right hand side we have 528. We are going to move this whole thing 2 into 22 by 7 to the other side. So first let's move 7. 7 is division. So when it goes to the other side, it becomes multiplication. So it becomes into 7. Now look at 2 into 22. Both are on top. And because it's multiplication, when it goes to the other side, it becomes division. So let's write by 2 into 22. So now let's cancel what we can. So I can cancel 2 and 528. Now 2 2s are 4. What is left is 12. 2 6s are 12. 2 4s are 8. 264. Now I can cancel that with 22. 22 ones are 22. There is 4 left, 44. 22 twos are 44. So 12. So 12 into 7. 12 into 7 is 84. So we have the inner radius now, and that is 84 meters. Similarly, okay, so let's write that down first. So inner radius is 84 meters. Similarly, we're going to find the outer radius with the help of the formula for the outer circumference. Outer circumference is given to us and the formula is 2 pi r. This is equal to 616 meters. Similarly, just like we did for the previous one, we're going to do 2 into 22 by 7 into r is equal to 616 meters. Now we're going to find only r. So we leave only r here. On the other side, we have 616. We are going to transpose all this 2 into 22 by 7 to the other side. First, let's take only 7. It's division. So when it goes to the other side, it will become multiplication into 7. Now let's look at 2 into 22. Both are multiplication. So when it goes to the other side, it becomes division. So this becomes 2 into 22. Again, let's cancel. 2 3s are 6. 1 is smaller, so we put 0 and carry it there. 16. 2 8s are 16. Now 308 and 22 we can cancel. 22 ones are 22. Then there is 8 left, 88, so that is 4. 14 into 7. 14 into 7 is 98. So here we have 98 meters as the outer radius. So the outer radius is 98 meters. So now we have the outer radius and the inner radius. We can find the width of the track by subtracting the two. Outer radius minus inner radius. So that is 98 meters minus 84 meters. And that is equal to 14 meters. So we have found the width of the track and the answer is 14 meters. Question 32. The inner circumference of a circular track is 264 meters and the width of the track is 7 meters. We have to find all these things. So what are we given? The inner circumference and the width. So the width here given to us is 7 meters. And the inner circumference is given to us. So this is 264 meters. The inner circumference. With the help of this, we have to find the radius of the inner track first. That is this portion. That is the radius of the inner track from here to here. The radius of the inner track. Then we have to find the radius of the outer circumference, the length of the outer circumference, and the cost of fencing. Okay, so now let's begin with the radius of the inner track. This is the first thing that we need to find. So what is given to us? The inner circumference is given to us. So let's use that. The inner circumference of the track is given to us. What is the formula to find the circumference of a track of a circle? It is 2 pi r. We can use that here to find r. We are asked to find the radius. So 2 pi r is equal to 264 meters. So we're going to find only the value of r. So that is 2 into 22 by 7 into r. This is equal to 264. So let's leave only r here and take everything else to the other side. So 264. So first let's move the 7, which is division, to the other side. It becomes multiplication. Then we have 2 into 22, which is multiplication. When it goes to the other side, it becomes division. So this is 2 into 22. So now let's cancel 2 and 264. 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, 2 twos are 4. Now 22 into 6 is 132. Now 6 into 7 is 42. So we have found the radius of the inner track, that is 42. So let's write that. The radius of the inner track is 42 and the unit given to us is meters. So this is the answer to the first part of the question. So we have the radius of the inner track 42 meters. Now we have to go to the second part, the radius of the outer circumference. Now to find the radius of the outer circumference. Outer circumference is the outer circle. To find the radius, you start from here. From here all the way there, that will be the radius of the outer circumference. Now we already know the radius of the inner circumference. We found it out to be 42 meters. And we also know the width of the path. The width of the path is 7 meters. So if you add up these two, you will get the radius of the outer circumference, because inner radius plus the width of the track will give you the outer radius. So the width of the track is 7 meters. The inner radius is 42 meters. So to find the outer radius, you just have to say inner radius plus width of the track. Inner radius is 42 meters and the width of the track is 7 meters. 42 plus 7 is 49. So the outer radius is 49 meters. Let's write that. The radius of the outer circumference is 49 meters, which is our final answer. Question 3. Now we have to find the length of the outer circumference. And we know the outer circumference, the formula is 2 pi r. This is the formula to find the circumference of any circle. We have put a capital R because we are talking about the outer circumference. So we need the outer radius. And the outer radius is 49 meters. So we just have to substitute this to find the outer circumference. So this will be 2 pi r is 2 into 22 by 7 into the outer radius, which is 49 meters. Now let's cancel. I can cancel 7 and 49. 7 sevens are 49. Now all I have to do is multiply. 2 into 22 is 44 and multiply 44 into 7. And that is 308. So this is 308 meters. So we have found the length of the outer circumference to be 308 meters. So this is our answer. Now we have to find the cost of fencing the outer circumference. We have found the outer circumference. Now if we have to fence it, if we have to put a fence on that and the rate is 50 rupees per meter, now how much will we have to pay for 308 meters? So cost of fencing for 1 meter is 50 rupees. Cost of fencing for 308 meters will be 50 rupees is for 1 meter into 308 meters. So we need to multiply these two, 50 into 308. And that is 15,400 rupees. So this is the cost of fencing the outer circumference at the rate of 50 rupees per meter. So let's write our final answer. Cost of fencing the outer circumference is 15,400 rupees. So this is our final answer here. Question 33. The diameter of every wheel of a car is 63 centimeters. So if this is the wheel of the car, this diameter, this part, the line passing through the middle, this is 63 centimeters. How much distance will the car move during 2000 revolutions of its wheel? So one revolution of the wheel is the circumference, one circumference. Now we have to find out in 2000 revolutions, how far will the car move? Okay, so let's begin by saying the diameter of a car wheel, we know radius is diameter by 2. Now why do we need to know the radius? We need to know the radius because one revolution of the car is equal to the circumference, and the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So we need to know the radius. So let's find out the radius from this. So radius is diameter by 2, that is 63 divided by 2. So this is the radius, 63 by 2 centimeters. We'll leave it as it is to help with our calculations. Now the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, isn't it? So that is 2 into pi, which is 22 by 7, into r, which we found out to be 63 by 2. Now let's cancel. I can cancel this 2 and this 2. I can cancel 7 and 63. 7 nines are 63. That's it. Now I need to multiply these two. So when I multiply 22 into 9, I get 198 centimeters. So now I know the circumference of the circle. That means in one revolution it covers 198 centimeters. So let's write that. So this is the distance covered in one revolution. Now the question is, what is the distance covered in 2000 revolutions? So distance covered in 2000 revolutions will be 198 into 2000. So here first you just have to multiply 198 by 2. So when you multiply 198 by 2, what do you get? You get 396. Now you just have to add these three zeros. So you get 1, 2, 3. Three zeros, and this is centimeters. Now distance is usually in kilometers, isn't it? So we're going to convert the centimeters into kilometers. Now listen carefully. Now first let's convert it to meters and then let's convert it to centimeters. So 1 centimeter will have 1 by 100 meters. Okay, so that means I have to divide 3,96,000 by 100. Now let's cancel. So when I cancel this, what do I get? I'll get 3,960 meters. So this time it is 3,960 meters. Now I'm going to convert this to kilometers. From meters, it's easier to convert into kilometers. Now this is meters, isn't it? So 1 meter is 1,000th of a kilometer, because 1,000 meters make a kilometer. So 1,000. So now we have to take 3,960 and divide it by 1,000. Okay, so we can take off these two zeros. Now look carefully, there are two zeros here. Now I can move my point. Whenever you're dividing by 100 or 10 or 1,000, all you have to do is move the decimal point to the left. So now there's a point here. For every whole number, the point is after the number. I'm going to move two places to the left, 1 and 2, and the point comes here. So now what do I get? I get 3.96, and now my unit is kilometers. So now I can say the distance covered in 2000 revolutions is 3.96 kilometers. So this is my final answer. The distance covered in 2000 revolutions is 3.96 kilometers. So children, we will stop with this for now. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.